Hello friends, welcome to your own YouTube channel. Friends, this dictation is spoken at the speed of 100 words per minute from GD Bist sir. Speedography volume first book. The link to the outline of which is given to you in the description of the video, from where you can see its outline. To get similar dictations and outlines, please subscribe to our channel and like and share the videos. Dictation will start after 5 seconds. Start, sir. It is expected that the population in the country may reach the level of 1,000 million, and if the same trend continues further, third and fourth India would be added within a few decades. The significance of such tremendous increase in population has to be made known to the public at large. To feed the increasing population at the present level of nutrition, the production of food will have to be doubled. To achieve such a level of production, the per annum rate of increase will have to be doubled. The growth rate has been of the order of about only 2 to 3% per annum, but it will have to be doubled. That means it will have to be at least 5 to 6% per annum to achieve that level that is required to meet the needs. It is much easier to say and write these types of statements that so much increase is necessary and needs to improve, etc. No one has the solution, yet you can predict that they would be needed by the turn of the century or in the next decade. But from where the efforts are going to come up is exactly the question each one has in mind. The development efforts will have to be considerably intensified just to maintain the present level living. If the living pattern has to be improved, the rate of increase will have to be much higher, which will mean heavier investment and harder work. It has been estimated by United Nations organization that to ensure 100% literacy in the developing world, 5 lakh teachers will have to be made available every year, which means more than 1,000 new teachers per day, since it will not be possible to make such a large number of teachers available to cope with the increasing number, which is to be provided with facilities for taking education. It is expected that there will be more number of persons which will be illiterate than the present one. The unchecked increase in population would create tremendous pressure on various services and supplies. Although it may become possible to cope with the need of food, it would become increasingly transport. It is therefore very necessary to educate the public about the implications of various population factors. This is the only factor that is going to affect all the rest. If this factor is controlled, lethargic work may not hamper the other factors to much extent. Progress still could be seen after a time gap. Sir, Another important implication is with regard to movement of rural population to urban areas and thus creating unnecessary pressure on urban life. It may not be possible for the urban areas to bear such pressure. I think the answer, therefore, would lie in containing the increased population in rural areas there itself, which would mean creating increased opportunities for employment, etc. The migration towards a particular direction has to be stopped so that resources could be utilized properly. Either way, the problem is going to be gigantic, and therefore the need for measures to check the population growth and make the people realize about the implications. Population education is not just the education for family planning, but it is the process which helps people to understand the implications of population factors for the well-being of the individual, the family, and society. The population factors include various population characteristics like size, composition, and distribution. Population education also concerns with the characteristics like basic process of birth, deaths, and migration. Population education has to be made all pervasive. That is, it has to start right from the earliest age and continue much beyond the production age. Thus, it can be seen that the educational institutions will have to play the necessary role for providing opportunities to the students to know more about the population factors. The universities will have to involve themselves in population education with the various objectives. At this stage, it appears that sex education would be a must in years to come, if not immediately, as indicated in the Food and Agricultural Organization documents. The objective will have to be to equip the individual with knowledge, skill, and understanding that enable him to assess population situations and trends in terms of problems that may come to himself, his family, and community and society in general, and decide on and take effective courses of action that can help solve the population related problems. It is the university which has to provide these opportunities. Therefore, steps have to be taken for giving these. Stop.